I thought this would be a good opportunity to go over a few terms I came across in my research of Cassadaga. The first one is spiritualism. Spiritualism is one of those terms I hear a lot, especially...
Everybody uses it all the time. I'm not religious, I'm just spiritual.
I mean, yeah. But the official, or I guess you could say Oxford's official definition of what is spiritualism, a system of belief or a religious practice based on supposed communication with the spirits of the dead. That is what spiritualism is, according to the Oxford definition. And the actual definition for spiritualism does contain the word supposed in it.
Really?
It does. It is based on supposed...
So even Oxford doubts you. Even Oxford's like, yeah, you probably can't do it.
So when you go to a place like Cassadaga and, you hear, oh, everyone here is spiritualist, what it means is that everyone there believes in communication with the dead. So that is why Cassadaga is considered haunted and creepy and paranormal, because everyone there is communicating with the dead. And so I guess the dead is present there. The next term that you come across when you're doing research about a place like Cassadaga is the term medium. Medium is a noun and it refers to a person able to make contact with the world of spirits. Everyone who lives in Cassadaga is a registered medium. So everyone who lives in the city of Cassadaga is able to make contact with the dead.
And that's why it's a spiritualist camp, right? So they all have this ability, this supposed, according to Oxford, supposed ability,
yes,
to be able to communicate
with the dead.
With the dead.
Medium and psychic, I don't personally understand the whole difference, but again, according to Oxford, a psychic is a person considered to have psychic power. Now, usually in a definition, you don't use that word to define the word, but psychic, a person considered to have psychic power. They use ESP, or extrasensory perception, to identify information. So that ESP, extrasensory perception, could be through palm reading or through tarot cards or through Ouija boards, or it's any of those items that person is using. You would refer to someone as a medium with psychic abilities. But then also you could then, I guess, kind of maybe nickname like, oh, they're a psychic, and it kind of knocks out two terms, so to speak.
I've always considered psychic ability to be more like foresight, so like someone who's able, like if we're using mediums and spiritualism to communicate with the dead, that's like the definition there.
Right.
Psychic to me would be, instead of communicating with the dead, you're able to see potentially what may happen in the future. But maybe that's just like a vernacular that has become popular through pop culture, but it's not actually true to the internet.
Before Cassadaga was called Cassadaga, it was known as Blue Springs off of Lake Helen. So the actual founder was George P. Colby. He's the guy who created the spiritualist camp of Cassadaga. George P. Colby is the founder of the South Cassadaga Spiritualist Camp. There is a North Cassadaga Spiritualist Camp, which is the New York Cassadaga location. When Colby came to Florida in 1875, he was inspired by Cassadaga in New York, and he named this camp Cassadaga as well. Even though George P. Colby came here in 1875, he was not given the grant to build up Cassadaga as we see it as it is today until he was granted a charter in 1894.
All those kitties earlier.
Literal Animal Crossing.
There it is.
Hello. Really?
Why do you like it?
You're a little floater.
Why do you like it?
What a little float. Hey, somebody say hi. Oh. Looks like we could just walk right on through.
Pretty cool little place.
It is very cool. All of the homes are original to like the late 1800s style, so the Victorian style homes.
They're really beautiful, aren't they?
Yeah. And since this whole little area is still owned by the Spiritualist camp, that's why there's no 7-Elevens or Wawas or Publix or any chains that we know of, no McDonald's. I feel like that's very rare. Horseshoe Park and Ferry Trail are still looked over and watched by a lady named Lillian Carroll. She's kind of the overtaker. She makes sure that the different exhibits or the ferry houses are being maintained. And occasionally people actually ask to do art projects here in the ferry trail, and she's the one you get like permission from to do that. Stone is not very stable. So do I have to go in reverse? I don't feel like doing that now. I burst into flames here. We are currently in Horseshoe Park and Ferry Trail. This little garden that we see here today still existed when the camp first opened in 1875. It was under a lady named Lillian Carroll in about 2012, 2013, when the garden was restorated. These labyrinth type structures were made. Things like this chair were allowed to be commissioned. So it was kind of just a bunch of local people who have love for this park and the fairies who live here. This chair is one of the many nice places to sit in Horseshoe Park and Ferry Trail. There's also this like really cute little chair and table that's over here. And there's all sorts of other just little seating areas throughout this labyrinth. Do you know why they're only open from dawn to dusk?
Something to do with the spirits and letting them rest?
Actually, no. Fairies are hard at work at night.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
What do they do at night?
I don't know. Build all this, right?
I thought you said people build all this.
Well, I mean, if it's, you know, right? No? No? Okay. Alrighty, come this way. There is a urban legend that takes place at midnight out here that we wanted to do, but we also do not want to trespass, so we will not be doing it, which is unfortunate. At the Lake Helen and Cassadaga Cemetery, there is an urban legend that if you set an unopened can of beer on the devil's chair, that the devil will drink it during the middle of the night, and when you come back in the morning, it will be completely finished and open. However, we are not interested in trespassing, so we will not be doing it, even though we bought the devil a nice can of, what was it, Coors Light? Yeah. What do you think the devil likes?
Coors Light?
Coors Light? I don't know. Maybe a red wicked apple?
Angry orchard?
An angry orchard, maybe?
Orchid.
An angry orchid? Do you think he's a seltzers guy? Do you think he likes a Bud Light seltzer?
No.
No?
No.
Not a seltzer guy? No. He's more of a
Budweiser, Bud Light, or Coors Light. I'm going to go for Coors Light. Because that's what I would want to drink, and I'm kind of akin to the devil.
Yeah?
I am in sorte diaboli.
Okay.
Is Latin for in league with the devil. But I want one for myself. One for him, one for myself.
I don't know. I feel like he's a White Claw guy. No? Not a White Claw guy?
Not at all.
I feel like he's a White Claw guy.
Coconut rum?
I think he's a coconut rum guy.
Yeah, well, a couple Coors Lights.
We got a couple Coors Lights with a shot of Fireball. We figured that would be a good combo. Devil might like that, but no. We will not be doing it. I'm curious if we can see the devil's chair from the entrance. I think we're gonna have to come back tomorrow. You know, I want to do it, but I'm also just not interested in trespassing.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. And, you know, history isn't... History is not worth... How? Okay. Ooh, there's ants and stuff in the grass. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ow.
Ants make her turn into an orangutan.
Ow. They were not happy with me.
In the next episode of Vlogging, but it's history, Andrew and Elise continue their adventure by checking into a room at the haunted Hotel Cassadaga.
Cassadaga.
We're heading home to Hotel Cassadaga.
What happens if they try to film inside the hotel? Will they be visited by resident ghost Arthur during the middle of the night? Do they ever find the devil's chair? Learn this and more next time on Vlogging, but it's history.